Welcome to my 4-week Shred for Summer program. This is for all levels. You can do it at home. You can do it at the gym. There are options for just dumbbells and bands. There are options for gym equipment. So make sure you pay attention to the description of each exercise. On this first page, there's also a list of items that will be really helpful to have on hand for the at-home workouts, equipment, and things that you'll need. This is a progressive overload program. All of my programs are focusing on progressive overload, which is over time increasing that load on your muscles, right? That stress on your muscles by either adding more weight, adding more reps, changing up the tempo. In this particular program, since it's just 4 weeks, we're going to be focusing on adding more weight over time. If you don't have access, if you get to a point where you don't have access to heavier weight to add on, but you feel like you are getting stronger and you have more in the tank to add some more reps to a movement, that is great too. You can add on some more reps until you get to a point where you cannot do anymore. Or by your last 1 to 2 reps, you are really struggling. That is the goal. That is where you're going to start to see those amazing results, obviously paired with really great nutrition. So focusing on protein throughout your day with each meal. If ideally you are tracking your macros or you're tracking your food intake, if you need support with that, I'm always here to help. You can find me on Instagram at Liz_Hochstetler, and that's a great place to reach me so that we can get you set up with a one-on-one nutrition coaching plan. But make sure you are still warming up before your workouts. I have a link to my warm-ups for upper body warm-ups and lower body warm-ups that I like to do just to kind of warm things up and avoid injury when I'm getting into the movement. The suggested rest times in between each set. So when you are going through the movements, it's going to list one movement. You want to stay with that movement and do all 3 to 4 reps. All 3 to 4 sets before you move on to the next one. So let's say it's squats. You're going to stay with squats for all 3 or 4 sets, whatever the program says. And then you'll move on to, after you've done all 3 of your sets, you'll move on to the next movement. Okay, so there is a rest period in between each set. So I'm going to do my back squats. It'll say 3 times 10 to 12. That means 3 sets of 10 to 12 reps. So in each set, you are going to do 10 to 12 reps of that movement. So if I'm doing back squats, I'm going to do my back squats for 10 to 12 reps at a weight that is challenging, so that by my 10th rep, my 11th rep, my 12th, if I'm deciding to go 12 reps, by that 12th rep, it is a struggle to get that last rep out. That is a good place to be, as long as we're being safe and we have worked on our form and it feels like a safe weight for our body. That's a good place to be. Then you're gonna take your rest. So I have suggested rest of 90 to 120 seconds, and then you'll start your next set of that movement. That is suggested. If you are going so heavy that it's taking a little bit longer for you to recover, that's okay. The goal is just that we're not sitting there scrolling on our phone for 5 minutes in between each set. You want to continue to be challenging yourself, so you let your heart rate recover slightly, and then you go back into the next set. So once you complete all 3 sets of that exercise, you'll move on to the next one. So that is how the program works for anyone that is, a beginner to following these types of programs. And then at the end, make sure you swipe all the way to the end for a suggested 20-minute yoga flow. So on your active recovery days, you want to make sure you are still walking. You're getting in that movement and walking, because it's really beneficial to help loosen up those muscles, help get the blood pumping and get more blood flow to the muscles to help with muscle recovery and reduce that soreness in your muscles and your joints. But also doing some stretching, some active stretching, some yoga. And a lot of people have requested a yoga flow from me. I have been a yoga instructor for 12 years now. So at the end, you'll notice there is a link to a yoga flow with some of the benefits of yoga. So check that out. I hope you enjoy it. And I hope you enjoy this program. Make sure you're paying attention. Week 1, I have a description at the top. Week 1, when you're coming into the program, you're just kind of working on and focusing on form, getting familiar with the movements. And then once you're familiar with the movements, you've watched all of my videos, you've gone through the movements, you feel safe and more comfortable with performing the exercises. Week 2, I have in the description that you're gonna slowly start to increase your weight. You're gonna work on increasing weight a little bit each week. I recommend recording in a notebook what you did for that movement week 1 and how much weight you used. So if you're doing those bicep curls and you use 10-pound dumbbells week 1, maybe week 2 you try out the 10-pound dumbbells, but then you're gonna put in your notebook that you did 12 reps instead of 10. Because you increasing the reps, that's still progressive overload. So I hope this helps for all levels that are starting out with this program. I really loved this program. This was one I started with about a year ago, when I was really just focusing on being more intentional with my workouts and like really actually following a structured program. That is when I saw the most results. Obviously, like I said earlier, paired with nutrition, a high protein diet, making sure I'm fueling my body enough. And that really has helped with tracking my macros and making sure like it is there. I've logged everything and I can make sure each day I'm consistently fueling my body enough. That's where I've seen the most results. So again, if you want to work one-on-one, please reach out to me on Instagram at Liz_Hochstetler, Hochstetler. Other than that, and you can always reach out on Instagram to ask questions about the program as well. But I hope you enjoy this as much as I did, and good luck. Enjoy the next 4 weeks.